memories, the remnants of what you've left behind being what we saw with you in the New York Jets uniform. You are, no matter what people think, I love Aaron Rodgers, the player. I mean, he's a bad man. You know how I felt about him for many, many years. But let me say this. To go out like that, not even, he don't deserve that. You got to, that can't be your lasting memory. That cannot be the case. So to me, he doesn't have to, of course, but I would want to come back and compete and just remind people I could ball when I left, as opposed to leaving the memory of him in the New York Jets uniform as his lasting memory.
Well, first off, the beautiful thing about football is you get what you deserve. If you go out there and you play good ball and things are working out the way they're supposed to, then your success or your effort equals wins. Your leadership equals a locker room that is together and goes out on game day and performs. Like, that's a part of who Aaron Rodgers was in New York as much as it was a part of the New York Jets organization. But I also agree with you. I don't think he should retire. I think Aaron Rodgers still has good football left in him. When you look at the stretch run of that season, even though this team wasn't winning games, if you go to watch him play against the Miami Dolphins, you watch him play against the Jacksonville Jaguars, he could still spin it. And as he got healthier and as he got more comfortable on that Achilles, he was also able to protect him. He was also able to protect himself a little better. Now, here is what I hate. I hate that it got to be the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? Because I hate that it feels like, Shannon, I know you be in these streets sometimes, no offense. You know what breadcrumbing is. See, what breadcrumbing is, it's like when you date somebody, right, Shannon, and you don't really want to commit to them yet, but you still call them every couple of days and holler at them, or you hit them with a what you're doing in the text message, or maybe you go get a coffee with them or something, because you make them feel like, oh, wait, they still got some interest in me, but I really don't have to commit to you. Like, we ain't passing along phone codes or nothing like that.
Pivot and Shay on first take. This is what they be doing, Molly. Pivot and Shay on first take. This is the kind of stuff that they be doing. You understand what I'm trying to say? You understand? People got me running for office. They looking at them for relationship advice. This is unbelievable. Go ahead, RC. I'm sorry to interrupt. Keep it going. Yeah. Keep it going. Oh, damn.
Right.
Go ahead.
Go in the building. He holler at him for a day, right? He spends time with him. And then he goes throw with DK Metcalf. So now if you Omar Khan and you Mike Tomlin, you like, wait, Aaron Rodgers is probably going to be our quarterback. And if he is, and if you have those two monsters on the outside who might crash out from time to time, right? Aaron Rodgers has to find a way to steady that. But if you're Mike Tomlin, you are so desperate to find somebody after Big Ben, you are willing to wait. You are willing to settle. And if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I take that shot.
Hey, Shay, it's your turn with the relationship stuff. Go ahead, bro. Take it away. Well, I got to hear this.
The problem that, see, but see, RC, you just said that you send the emoji with the eyes looking. WYD. You know what I'm saying? Just something like that. You know, he's thinking about me. But see, Stephen A., in all seriousness, this is the problem that Aaron Rodgers is having. Right. We can't get upset for the results Aaron Rodgers didn't get for the work he didn't put in. You see why all the other quarterbacks was in the offseason and OTAs trying to build a relationship? What was he doing? Saying that mandatory wasn't mandatory. It's like, oh, that can mean anything. He's off somewhere else. Garrett Wilson is trying to build a rapport. RC, you mentioned two very important games. You mentioned Miami and you mentioned Jacksonville. Can you tell the people in December and January what's the temperature like in Jacksonville and in Miami? Warm weather.
Man, it feels good out there. Nice and warm.
When you practice it, you and I both played in cold weather cities. I played in Baltimore and Denver. You played in Pittsburgh. And you know when you get an opportunity, Steve, when you get an opportunity, we used to go to San Diego, or we go to the Raiders, or we go to Miami. We go somewhere warm, and we've been practicing in 10 and 20 degrees.
Heaven.
It feels so good. I just don't. The thing is, RC, is he going to buy in? Is he really going to buy in, or is he going to base everything off his resume on what he's done? That resume, it might get you that interview, but it's not going to do anything for you after that. And I think Aaron Rodgers needs to buy in totally if he wants to get back to playing some really good football consistently.
All right. No breadcrumbs. What's the term for when you're all in, RC?
Marriage.
Lock.
Oh, there we go.
Lock. You know, hey, you said that lock and key, RC, you said that lock and key. That means you locked in. You locked in, Stephen.
Wait, when he said marriage,
you locked in.
Your jaw just dropped. Like you heard something.
We have a commercial.
Locked in.
You know, commercial.
You want to go? You're at a loss for words?
Good commercial.
Okay.
Good commercial.
He locked in.
All right, I get it. You just made a lot of money. Coming up, James Harden or Dwayne Wade.
On Cam Ward and trade the #1 overall pick. Is that ridiculous?
Yeah, it's ridiculous unless someone is trying to come up to #1 and offer the Tennessee Titans a Mike Ditka New Orleans Saints style bounty in order to come up to #1, which means basically your whole draft. Give me all your picks and then we'll move out of there. I don't see it. This guy put on a show down there at his pro day. All of the Tennessee major decision makers were there in attendance. Cam Ward is that dude. He'll go #1 overall.
It'd be interesting to see. He'll go #1. The question is, would Tennessee entertain the possibility of a trade? Next, if I said Abdul Carter is going to have a more dominant rookie year than Travis Hunter, would that be ridiculous?
No, that's not ridiculous. Look, Abdul is going to be at the point of attack, play after play after play. Sometimes, look, Travis Hunter could be avoided at the cornerback position, and at the wide receiver position, he may not get as many targets as he wants in order to have the kind of impact that he wants to have. Abdul will be rushing the passer. He'll be a double-digit sack guy. And if he goes to Cleveland and they pair him up with Myles Garrett, just look out at AFC North, because that would be one of the best tandems, if not the very best 1-2 punch in the league.
Well, let's talk about Cleveland for a minute here, because if someone were to say the Browns need to take a quarterback at #2 overall, is that ridiculous?
No, it's not ridiculous. Now, the question is whether or not they feel as though that they have a franchise guy sitting there waiting for them in a guy like Shedeur Sanders, when we presume that Cam Ward's going to go #1 overall to Tennessee. So, no, it's not ridiculous at all, because, quite honestly, what is their option? What is their plan if they don't take a guy at #2? Is it to be at the top of the second round? Is that who they have their eye on, someone? And it's not a guarantee that their guy could be there. They're in a very precarious situation.
Well, yesterday, the owner of the Browns...
Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn tô tượng. Tượng hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là bắp cải. Rồi hôm nay tượng của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là cải xoăn. Bây giờ mình sẽ bắt đầu tô ha. Tiếp đến là màu tím nha. Mọi người ở đây màu tím nha. Tiếp đến tay màu xanh. Mọi người tay màu xanh đi nha.